starts now.
Whether you're in quarantine, locked down, under a stay-at-home order, or simply choosing to stay inside much more, you have more time on your hands. This is especially so for those of us who live in northern regions. So much time, what to do? One thing this family has turned to is musical instruments. My wife spends her extra time learning piano on a newly acquired electronic keyboard, while I've been plucking away on a growing ukulele collection. And this stuff is a whole lot of fun. Over the past many months, music stores have been doing incredibly well. Turns out we're not the only people picking up a new instrument or two. Sales figures from the UK show an 80% increase year-on-year in musical instrument sales, with sales reports similar in the United States and Canada. We're lucky where we live. Right in the neighborhood is a music store. Sadly, the intro products were sold out, with new stock not available for months, so off we went scouring reviews on Amazon. And what we did choose was very satisfactory. So I've been chugging away on a very cool soprano uke, having a lot of fun with a banjo uke, and every now and then enjoying the fuller sound of my tenor uke. Yeah, I kind of dove right in. And with that, I also wanted to know some of the backstory of the ukulele to get before, behind, and between, so to speak, all the myths, stigma, and image of what a ukulele is. The stigma has been around for quite a while, namely that the ukulele is a toy, great to introduce kids to playing music. This wonderful little instrument is anything but a toy. True that it's probably one of the friendliest instruments to learn. This has been used by many musicians to accompany or sometimes even demo new tunes. Names that include Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam, The Who's Pete Townsend, Steve Tyler from Aerosmith, Johnny Marr from The Smiths, Brian May of Queen, John Lennon, both in and out of the Beatles, Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper. Other famous ukulele players include Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Pierce Brosnan, Elvis Presley, and Zooey Deschanel. The range of musical styles and genres is incredible. These little instruments produce everything from folk rock to bluegrass, jazz, and even classical. I needed to learn about the origin of this little instrument. Which Hawaiian invented this mini guitar? Well, that's where things get interesting. The ukulele has a name whose origin is of the Hawaiian language, but the instrument itself has a Portuguese origin. Short story. Going back to the latter part of the 1800s, the King of Hawaii reached out internationally to bolster the Hawaiian economy. The result was many thousands of Portuguese immigrants. As is often the case, the beauty of immigration can be the introduction of different foods, customs, and music was something they brought to Hawaii in the form of an instrument they called the machete. The Hawaiian king was tickled pink to see this little thing and the way it was played. A proficient guitar player himself, the Hawaiian king was fascinated by the playing method, something he described using a Hawaiian term that meant the way a flea jumps about on a dog. That term was ukulele. The term stuck, and the Hawaiian love of the instrument flourished into what the world now considers as one of the most important exports from Hawaii. Few people warn a potential ukulele buyer or a newcomer to ukuleles about the contagion. Once you get the bug, bang, you want more. There are so many styles, shapes, colors, different types of strings and sizes. They're small enough to not take up too much room, and can be priced reasonably enough, adding to the bug. Like any type of collection, it can become consuming. Add to that the fact that these instruments look so pretty. It's very easy to get lured into becoming a collector. The ukulele. It's a truly wonderful instrument, but in this age of contagion, while trying to find something new, stimulating, and constructive by picking up and learning the ukulele, one can find oneself opening a much bigger door to contagion. Some parting advice for this episode. While not always possible for everyone, try to buy as locally as possible. And don't worry about starting with a beginner's model. You'll likely be adding another one or two within a year. Finally, check out the reviews on YouTube. There are many channels that talk about how to get your feet wet, and there are countless reviews to help you choose the most suitable uke for you. Visit stephenchristiansen.ca for more episodes. This podcast is available on all streaming platforms including Anchor, Spotify, Amazon, TuneIn, and Apple. I'm Stephen Christiansen. Thanks for listening.
production of Steven Christensen. Podcast complete.